Hello everyone, my name is Prateek Chaudhary, and today me along with my other three group members are going to present assignment number 5, and the topic of our assignment is drug overdose analysis. In this project I have other three members as well. So by me, Prateek Chaudhary is going to play the role of project coordinator and also as a business analyst. Meenu will act as data scientist. Jafar will play the role of business intelligence analyst, and Nasir will work as data analyst for us. So now I'll run you through this presentation. This slide gives you all the table of contents. Now let's understand this overview and why we have chosen this topic for analysis. So in this assignment, we're going to analyze the death caused by increase in consumption of recreational drugs use in Connecticut state of USA from 2012 to 2020. By recreational drugs, I mean the drugs which are not prescribed by any of the medical professionals and are mainly used for leisure and recreation purposes. Such drugs include morphine, heroin, and cocaine. Okay. So in this project, we'll try to establish a pattern which and we'll see if the increase in consumption of drugs has increased the death in that state or not. So our assumption is that increase in sales has increased the number of deaths. Over this project, we'll try to visualize relation between increase in death and consumption. We'll also see the distribution of impact among males and females. We'll also see the potency of drugs based on the death caused by the consumers. We'll also see the top 5 most impacted cities, and we'll also see the classification of drug addicts based on their age groups. So this data is available on the open data website of USA government, and we have provided the link below. So who is at the risk of overdose? So in this slide, we have listed all the people, all the sections of the societies which are prone to being a drug addict or are prone to overdose and drug. So these categories include people who have just switched between any sort of prescriptions, or people who are mixing any two type of prescriptions, people who have a severe chronic medical conditions like HIV or cardiovascular or respiratory diseases, because such conditions take a toll on your mental health, and people who suffer from mental health issues tend to rely on these drugs for as an escape. So how does this drug overdose work? So in this slide, we have given a top to bottom down approach of how a drug overdose works. So it starts with a person who starts breathing slowly and the breathing suddenly stops. It could be because of choking or any other reasons. Then that person also faces issue because of lack of oxygen in the brain, and then the heart stops. And when the heart stops, that person is declared clinically dead. So now let's see this database. Now let's see this data set. I've given a screenshot of the data set. As you can clearly see, this data set has a lot of missing values. There are a lot of missing values and null values. So our data analyst Nasir has done a really good work by cleaning all the null values and the missing values and substitute with relative values or drop those rows. So this is a description of database, how this database has been collected and what kind of values are present in that data set. Okay, this is the screenshot of our Jupyter notebook. Here we have given only two screenshots, one which describes the importing of data and the other of cleaning of data. These two things will be further explained by Jafar and Nasir during their part of the presentation. Okay, so these are the graphs which we have plotted using JupyterLab. One is the correlation matrix. So we have tried to find the correlation between age and any of the particular drug. And we have also tried to find out the correlation between two particular drugs. So with this correlation, we can see if a user of one particular drug is also addicted to other drug or not. And yes, we did see this. We could see a very strong relation between fentanyl and fentanyl analogs. And we could also see a strong weak correlation between morphine and cocaine. So this means people who consume morphine are less prone to use cocaine and vice versa. So this is the marker graph which tells us the drug use over the years. So we can see there's a gradual increase in drug usage from 2012 to 2020. Now this is the bubble plot which tells us the number of deaths recorded in over the year, and we can again see that the number of deaths has increased significantly from 2012 till 2020. Okay, these are the violent plots. We have described these violent plots to show the distribution of uh, drug users in various age groups. So we can see that people from 41 to 60 have the highest drug use, are the highest chunk of people who use the drugs, and 0 to 20 age group has the least number of drug overdose cases. Now, for our dashboard, we have used Power BI, and we have visualized these 5 graphs in our dashboard. We have also added filters on the year and also the city. So now I'll describe each and every graph which we have prepared in our dashboard. First is the death gender ratio. So in this graph we have used donut visualization, and we can see the distribution among male and females. From this graph we can clearly see that the number of male drug users is almost thrice as much as the female users. So which means 75% of the drug overdosers are male and the rest of them are females. Let's move to the next one. Okay, so this is a very interesting graph which tells us the dark blue line tells us the number of consumers which have increased. Sorry, the blue line describes the number of deaths which have been recorded in a particular year, and the light blue line describes the number of drug users which have increased over the years. So as we can clearly see, the number of drug users and the number of deaths are increasing parallelly over the years. So which means that with the increase in number of drug users, the number of deaths are also increasing. Now, in this graph, we have described the distribution of drugs among the drug users. So in this, we can clearly see that fentanyl has the highest share among all the drugs, followed by cocaine and morphine. Now, in this graph, we have visualized the distribution of drug users in different cities of the state. So we can clearly see that Hartford has the highest number of drug users, while Clinton has the least number of drug users. And for this visualization, we have used bar graphs. Now, in this, we have used the dataset, we have used the table visualization, and in this, we can clearly see that 41 to 60 age group has the highest number of drug abusers or the users, and 0 to 20 have least number of drug abusers. Now, this is the dashboard which we have prepared in Power BI. Our business intelligence analyst Jafar will further explain this during his presentation and show us how we can use this interactive dashboard for visualization. These are the insights and revelations which will be further discussed by Jafar after the presentation of dashboard. This is the YouTube link. We will add the YouTube link after the time of submitting our assignment. And these are the references which have been used for this assignment. Now I'll pass over the control to Nasir, and he will explain how he has fetched the data from government websites and cleaned the data for further processing. Over to you, Nasir.
Thank you, Pratik. Being a data analyst, I will explain you from where I have downloaded the dataset and how I have cleansed the data to prepare it for data visualization. This is the dataset which I have downloaded from US government open data, that is data.gov. This is the dataset containing drug related death from the year 2012 to 2020. We can see here we have certain columns that are not required, such as ID, location, injury, etc. So we will drop all these columns. And we can also see here we have drug related information such as heroin, cocaine, etc. So here we have Y and blank values. So further we will replace these Y values with 1 and blank with 0 in Python. Also, we can see there are certain values that are not required, such as yptch, ypops. These are not required. We just need y and blank. So we will delete all the records that are containing these values. After doing this, we will save this to a new file, and we will use the new file in Python for further enhancing and cleansing our data. This is the Jupyter Notebook, and I have retrieved the dataset. Now, if I check for this dataset, we can see here we have the exact date. We just need the year. Also, we have nan values and y. So we will replace all the nan values with 0 and y with 1. So first we will convert this date to year by inserting a new column, and we will replace the existing column date. We will just use the new column year. Now if I check for this dataset again, we can see we have year column and it tells us just the exact year. So now we will replace all the nan values with 0 and y with 1. After doing this, we can clearly see a data set is more understandable. Like all the nan values are replaced with 0 and y with 1. So a data set becomes more clearer. If I check for any of the record, say for this record, you can clearly see this person has just consumed heroin. So for the other drug, it is 0. If I check for the next record, the person has just consumed heroin and cocaine, while for the other it is 0. Similarly, we can see other records. For this female has consumed heroin, cocaine, and fentanyl, as well as other 2 drugs. So for her, the drug count is 5. Once this is done, we will save this file to a new file, that is final file. And now I will hand over to my colleague Meenu Elhawat. She is a data scientist. She will explain you further. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasir, for explaining the data cleansing part. And now I would like to elaborate the work that I have done on Jupyter Notebook to plot certain graphs using this code. So at first I have imported the libraries required for the visualization purpose, such as matplotlib, seaborn, pandas, and numpy. And after that I imported the data using read function. And after that I have plotted some graphs to visualize the data, out of which the first graph that we can see here is the heat map, which describes the correlation present among the different variables of the given data set. And we can see that lighter the shade, stronger is the correlation, and vice versa, which implies most of the variables are weakly correlated to each other. And since most of the blocks are darker in shade, so the variables were not required to be removed to curtail the redundancy here. Next is the histogram plot, and I have plotted this histogram for individual variables to represent the amount of consumption of different drugs and the age groups which are more likely to consume these drugs, which came out maximum for the age group of 30 to 40, while in case of drugs it was fentanyl, which is being highly consumed in the society. And the next plot that I have drawn is the bubble chart, which represents the increasing trend of drug consumption over the past 8 years, while the scatter plot recorded illustrates the relationship between the number of deaths and the year, where different shades have been used to represent the number of drugs consumed in such cases. For example, teal shade has been used to represent the consumption of 6 types of drugs that led to the death of 900 citizens in 2016. So this is how we can use this chart for the better inferences. And the next is the violin plot, which is a hybrid of box plot and kernel density plot. and shows the peaks of the variables present in the data set. And so by looking at this chart, we can gain information about the median, interquartile range, and the outliers present in this different age group for all the given years from 2010 to 2022. And in this case, age group of 60 plus has the highest median value, which while the age group of 0 to 20 marked the maximum presence of outliers, and the remaining two followed almost the same statistics over the years. So this is how we made use of these charts for the better interpretation of data. And now I would like to call Jafar to take it forward from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Minu. Now, as a business intelligence analyst, I'm going to visualize the interactive dashboard, and with the help of it, we are going to find answer to our questions like what has led to the increase in death over years, what drug has caused most of the deaths, which city has recorded highest number of deaths, and which age group is the highest consumer of drugs. We can see here the data for the state, and as we can see, there has been 7,664 deaths due to the drug overdose, and these 7,000 people have taken off around 22,000 of drug doses. The major contributor of these deaths are men, which are around 75% of the deaths. If we now we can see that Hartford is the city which has recorded the highest number of deaths, that is 895, followed by Winterbury, North New Haven, Bridgeport, and New Britain. Now, if you want to see which drug has caused most number of deaths, we can see here that fentanyl has caused 28% of the deaths, followed by heroin, which stands at 20%, cocaine, and ethanol. Also, if you want to see the age group, we have here 41 to 60 age group, which is the highest consumer and has recorded the highest number of deaths, that is 3,525 deaths. Now, coming over the timeline, we can see that there has been significant increase in death over the years, and along with it, there has been constant increase in the drug overdose or the consumption of drugs. So we can say here that the increase of drug use has led to the increase in number of deaths. Now, moving on, if we want to see for any particular city, we could use the drop down here. Like if we want to see for the Bridgeport, so we have here data. 508 deaths has been recorded, and these 508 people have taken 1,533 doses of drugs. Out of which 376 deaths are of male and 132 is of female. Again, if you want to see the major contributor of the death, we have this fentanyl, and this followed by heroin, cocaine, and ethanol. Here in this city, 41 to 60 age group is the major contributor or the major consumer of the drugs. Now, if you want to move to any one other city like Danbury, we have here 201 cases of deaths, and these 201 people have taken 555 drug doses. Again, fentanyl has resulted in around 26% of the deaths, followed by heroin and cocaine and ethanol. Here in this city, the age group of 21 to 40 is the major consumer of the drugs and has reported the highest number of deaths. Now, if you want to see the data for any particular year, we could slide the slider here and make it, for example, I want to view for 2019. So in 2019, there were 1,199 deaths, which were caused due to the drug doses, which amounts to 4,066 doses. And again, Hartford has recorded the highest number of deaths, followed by Winterbury, New Haven, Bridgeport. In this year, fentanyl accounts to 36% of the deaths, and again, it is followed by heroin, cocaine, and ethanol. Here, the major contributor in this 2019 deaths are the age group of 21 to 40, which accounts to 551 deaths of the people. So now moving on to our insights. We have here our insights and revelations. So we have our question answered, that what has led to the increase in death over years. We have the answer. The drug consumption has increased, which has led to the increase in death over years. Fentanyl is the major contributor of deaths, followed by ethanol and cocaine. Hartford has recorded highest number of deaths, and 75% of the deaths are due to drug overdose is of men. 41 to 60 age group has the highest drug overdose cases, and 0 to 20 age group has the least number of drug overdose cases. Thank you for listening.